Paul was spending 15 hours per week writing content, creating strategies, and solving business problems. Then he learned how to write better prompts for artificial intelligence and dropped that time to 2 hours per week. Same quality output, better results actually. And here's the kicker. He now sells his prompt templates to other business owners for $2,000 each. Most people are using artificial intelligence like a fancy Google search. Paul learned to use it like a strategic business partner. That shift made him over $40,000 in 3 months. Welcome back to KB Bluetree, where we show working professionals how to leverage technology for maximum impact with minimum effort. Over the past year, we have trained hundreds of entrepreneurs on prompt engineering. The ones who master this skill report saving 10 to 20 hours weekly while producing better work than they ever did manually. Today, we are breaking down Paul's exact prompt framework. By the end of this video, you will understand why most people get terrible results from artificial intelligence, the specific structure that gets exceptional outputs, and how Paul turned this skill into a profitable side business. Problem, let us talk about why most people are disappointed with artificial intelligence tools like ChatGPT and Claude. You hear all the hype about artificial intelligence revolutionizing work. You see people claiming they automated their entire business. You read articles about artificial intelligence, writing novels, and creating marketing campaigns. So you decide to try it. You open ChatGPT, you type something like, "Write me a blog post about productivity." The artificial intelligence spits out 500 words of generic garbage that sounds like every other article on the internet. You read it and think, this is useless. So you try again. Write me an email to send to my customers. The artificial intelligence gives you a formal, robotic message that sounds nothing like how you actually communicate. You would be embarrassed to send it. You try a few more times with similarly disappointing results. Eventually, you conclude that artificial intelligence is overhyped. Maybe it works for some people, but not for your specific needs. You go back to doing everything manually. Here is what makes this frustrating. You see other people getting incredible results from the exact same tools. You watch them generate content in minutes that would take you hours. Meanwhile, your results are consistently mediocre. You start wondering what you are doing wrong. Maybe you need to take an expensive course. Maybe you need access to better artificial intelligence models. Maybe this just is not for you. Paul felt exactly this way 8 months ago. He is a marketing consultant who helps local businesses improve their online presence. He knew artificial intelligence could help him scale, but every time he tried using it, the outputs were unusable, generic, lifeless. Wrong tone. He was about to give up completely when he stumbled across a framework that changed everything. Root cause. So why do smart, capable people get terrible results from artificial intelligence, while others get exceptional outputs from the same tools? The answer is brutally simple. Most people are asking the wrong way. You treat artificial intelligence like a search engine. You type a vague request and expect it to read your mind. But artificial intelligence is not psychic. It does not know your business, your audience, your goals, or your constraints, unless you tell it explicitly. This creates what we call the context gap. You have all this information in your head about what you actually need, but you are not putting that information into your prompt. The artificial intelligence is working with maybe 5% of the context it needs. Here is the deeper problem. Most people think shorter prompts are better. They try to save time by being brief. Write me a marketing email, create a social media post, give me content ideas. These prompts are lazy and the results reflect that. But here is what actually works. The best prompts are detailed, specific, and strategic. They give the artificial intelligence a role, a goal, constraints, context, and examples. They treat the artificial intelligence like a skilled employee who needs a proper briefing. Think about it this way. If you hired a human assistant and just said, "Write me something about marketing," they would be confused and produce mediocre work. But if you gave them complete context, clear expectations, examples, and constraints, they would produce something excellent. Artificial intelligence works exactly the same way. The quality of your output is directly determined by the quality of your input. Paul discovered this after accidentally writing a longer, more detailed prompt out of frustration. He was shocked when the artificial intelligence suddenly produced exactly what he needed. So here's what actually works. When you want artificial intelligence to produce professional quality thinking and work, Solutions Framework, Paul developed what he calls the CREED Prompt Framework. 5 elements that transform generic artificial intelligence outputs into strategic business assets. Element 1 is context. Give the artificial intelligence complete background about your situation, your business, your audience, and the specific challenge you are solving. The more context you provide up front, the more targeted the output. Element 2 is role. Tell the artificial intelligence exactly what expert perspective you need. You are a business strategist. You are a copywriter specializing in email marketing. This frames how the artificial intelligence approaches the problem. Element 3 is examples. Show the artificial intelligence what good looks like. Paste in previous work you have done that hit the mark. Reference styles or formats you want to match. Examples are worth 1,000 words of description. Element 4 is expectations. Define exactly what you want as output. Length, format, tone, structure, key points to include. Be specific about deliverables. The clearer your expectations, the closer the first draft will be to final. Element 5 is constraints. Tell the artificial intelligence what not to do. Avoid jargon. Do not use cliches. Keep it under 300 words. Constraints prevent the artificial intelligence from going in wrong directions. These 5 elements work together like a detailed creative brief. They transform artificial intelligence from a random content generator into a strategic thinking partner. Solutions Tactics here is exactly how Paul uses the CREED framework to get exceptional results every single time. Step 1. He starts every prompt with context. He has a saved document with descriptions of his business, his typical clients, his service offerings, and his brand voice. When he needs artificial intelligence help, he pastes the relevant context first. Step 2. He assigns a specific role. For marketing content, you are a direct response copywriter with 15 years of experience writing for service-based businesses. For strategy work, you are a business consultant who specializes in helping small agencies scale profitably. Step 3. He always includes examples. If he needs a client proposal, he pastes in a previous proposal that worked well and says, use this structure and tone, but customize for the new client. Step 4. He gets extremely specific about expectations. Not just, write me an email. Instead, write a 250-word email with a subject line, an opening hook that addresses the pain point of wasting money on ineffective marketing, 3 bullet points about our service benefits, and a call to action to book a consultation. Step 5. He adds clear constraints. Do not use exclamation points. Avoid words like game changer or revolutionary. Write at an 8th grade reading level. Keep paragraphs to 3 sentences, maximum. Step 6. He uses follow-up prompts strategically. After the first output, he refines. Make this more conversational. Shorten the intro by half. Add a specific example about a restaurant client. Step 7. He saves his best prompts as templates. When he finds a prompt structure that consistently works, he saves it in Notion with blanks to fill in. He has templates for client proposals, email campaigns, social media content, and strategy documents. Paul estimates he has about 30 prompt templates that handle 90% of his recurring business needs. Each template took maybe 30 minutes to develop, but now saves him hours every single week. Success story. Let us talk about how prompt engineering transformed Paul's business and created an unexpected revenue stream. Before learning the CREED framework, Paul was spending about 15 hours per week on content creation and strategic thinking, writing client proposals, drafting marketing emails, creating social media posts, all manually because artificial intelligence outputs were unusable. His consulting business was doing okay. He was making about $6,000 monthly, but he was maxed out on time. He could not take more clients without working nights and weekends. Then he invested 2 weeks learning prompt engineering properly. He studied examples. He experimented with different structures. He developed his CREED framework and built his first 10 prompt templates. Within 1 month, his content creation time dropped from 15 hours to 2 hours per week. He was producing the same volume and quality of work in 87% less time. That freed up 13 hours weekly for actual client work and business development. He immediately took on 3 new clients because he had capacity. His monthly revenue jumped from $6,000 to $10,000, but that was just the beginning. Paul started sharing his prompt templates with other consultants in his network. They were blown away by the results. Multiple people asked if they could buy his templates. He created a product, a library of 25 business prompt templates with training on how to customize them. He priced it at $2,000. In 3 months, he sold it to 20 businesses. That is $40,000 from a side product he created in about 40 hours of work. But here is what really matters. Paul went from feeling like artificial intelligence was useless to building his entire business around it. His consulting now includes prompt engineering training. He charges premium rates because he delivers faster results than competitors. The skill of writing better prompts did not just save him time. It became a competitive advantage and a profit center. Recap. Let us quickly recap the Creed Prompt Engineering Framework. The problem is that most people use artificial intelligence with vague short prompts that lack context, resulting in generic, unusable outputs. The solution is the Creed framework. Provide context about your situation, assign a specific role, include examples of what good looks like, set clear expectations for output, and define constraints. The tactics are straightforward. Build context documents you can reuse, assign expert roles, show examples, get specific about deliverables, add guardrails, iterate with follow-ups, and save winning prompts as templates. The proof is Paul going from 15 hours per week on content to 2 hours per week, doubling his consulting revenue and making $40,000 selling his prompt templates. Call to action. Here is your immediate action step. Take one task you do regularly in your business. Maybe it is writing client emails, maybe it is creating social media posts, maybe it is drafting proposals. Open ChatGPT or Claude right now. Write a prompt using the Creed framework. Give context, assign a role, include an example if you have one. Set clear expectations. Add constraints. Compare that output to what you typically get with short, vague prompts. You will immediately see the difference. Then save that prompt as a template. Build your library, one prompt at a time. Within a month, you will have transformed how you work. If this framework changed how you think about using artificial intelligence, like this video and subscribe to KB Bluetree for more insightful content on leveraging technology without the overwhelm. Prompt engineering is not complicated. It just requires thinking before typing. Now go build your prompt library. We will see you in the next video.